Okay, so today we're going to be learning how to remove the battery for a Nissan Murano 2010. Just to give you an idea of what steps to do. I saw some YouTube channels. They explained it really briefly, but I thought I'd go through it thoroughly for you guys. And yeah, this is how it goes. So again, check with the mechanic. I'm not a professional, but I'm a jack of all trades. Okay, so the first step to get to the actual battery, you're going to have to remove this air filter, or where the air actually comes into this filtration here. So there's going to be two bolts. There's one here, and one on the other side here. It's a little bit of a pain. Again, the screwdriver, when I was trying to unscrew it, it wasn't turning. It was stripping the bolt. So again, just use a little wrench and basically start twisting it until it comes loose, and then you can use the screwdriver. So the bolts come out. Just take them out, see how rusted they are, and basically just pop the air filter out. So it kind of slides out this way. So this part connects to the air filter, which is what you replace for your air cabin. You pop this out, and now you have access to the battery. And start unscrewing the bolts. This is what holds the battery in place. And if you get a lot of corrosion here, that's what's happening with my vehicle. Seems to be the battery light keeps coming on, and it's pretty much dying on me. I have to get a boost. My neighbor was kind enough to come over and boost me, and then I was able to actually go out and buy a new battery. That crappy tire. Now what's great about these brackets is I don't think you need to take it completely off, because the bracket that holds it, it's kind of like there's a little clip at the end, which I'll show you in a second. It's like a little clip basically at the end here that catches the lip at the bottom, and then basically you just screw this in, and then it'll hold it down tight. So like I said, I don't have to take the whole thing completely off, but just loosen enough to remove the leave that bracket there. I'll put the screw back in just so I know that it belongs there. And this one as well, I'll put it here. Loosen more. Looks like I'm gonna have to do the whole thing. So now that I have the bracket off, what I do, like I said, is I always like to keep the screws or the bolts with the actual screws, so you don't lose track of what goes where. Or you can videotape like I'm doing, and then look back at the video. Alright, so now that I have the bracket off, I'm going to slowly unscrew the negative. Do the negative first and then do the positive. As long as you don't touch both positive and negative, you won't get a shock. Together, is what I'm saying. Because if you touch both of them, then the current is gonna like go through your body, and you might feel a little bit of a shock. Alright, so that's gonna come off easily. And I just cleaned this literally a week ago. So that just tells you there's like a lot of corrosion going on. You might want to clean it too before you put it on the new battery. Just try to get some maybe like brake fluid cleaner or something to get rid of all this corrosion. I think it goes through this one, which I've cleaned before. So what I'm going to do is get some substance to actually clean all of this crap off, and then we'll be able to, I'll show you shortly how to put in the battery, and then install the bracket and go in reverse. So what's going to happen is when you disconnect the both negative and positive, your your computer system's obviously going to lose connection, so any type of programming that you have inside is basically going to go away. I did see on the internet where you can actually buy a battery that plugs into the lighter and it continually gives power to the vehicle, and then you don't lose any computer settings basically that's pre-programmed, like your radio stations and the mileage and all that other fun stuff. Because the minute I remove this positive, like I said, it's going to lose connectivity, but I have to clean all this. So okay, so now that the positive is off, the pain in the butt is going to be to try to remove this battery with this positive in here. Now what I could do is try to remove this, but I don't want to go through all that trouble. I just want to kind of yank it out, and hopefully it will come out without an issue. The problem is a lot of these wires are actually being held down by that bracket down there. So hopefully I can just swing it out, and this thing weighs a little bit, and unfortunately this battery didn't have a little handle basically that came with it. That would have been convenient. There we go. And this is the handle I'm talking about. I can conveniently pick it up and put it in there. Look at the corrosion on that. Okay, so I'm just going to clean the head of this positive a little bit better, and this one as well, and then we'll put that battery back in. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to get rid of all this corrosion. Just try to clean it up as best as possible. You can use like a wrench here just to try to get all that crap out, because that's years of buildup. And or I also tried to use just like a brush. Just try to clean it off as best as you can, just to take all that crap out, because that might go onto your new battery. As long as this thing doesn't break, that's great. And I spoke to the guy at Canadian Tire, and he said the best battery here in Canada is get the Eliminator Motormaster for this type of vehicle. He said the Motormaster, again, it could be a sales tactic, but he mentioned that the Motormaster Eliminator for this vehicle has a longer lifespan, and for the winters it doesn't die as quickly as the other ones. And this is the same guy who gave me amazing tips on how to remove the pin from the brakes. Let's get rid of all this crap so it doesn't fall at the bottom of my garage. And look for garbage to put it in. That looks good. Uses this all-purpose cleaner. It's pretty good because oh, look what I found in my bracket. When I went to the what do you call it, the oil changers, Buddy Boy, when he went to go remove it to open the cleaner, the pin must have snapped off and it fell at the bottom of this thing. So I was using the MacGyver move, which was a tie wrap. See, I'm using a tie wrap to hold the air vent together. So now that I have the clip, I can actually put this one back in and not have to worry about improper airflow. Oh, positive obviously to the right, and negative to the left. It's a lot more convenient because of the handle. Gotta hold this positive back because gets in the way as I'm sliding down. So again, let gravity take its course. It's this little bracket that's not helping at all. There we go. Whew. So yeah, I like this handle. I don't know why the other one broke off from the Nissan dealership. Now obviously you're gonna have to take off this plastic. When you bring back the old battery, you get $20 off. Could have did this before, but there we go. Don't leave the items here on your vehicle when you're starting the engine, because things could fall into the engine and it could be a bad thing. And again, tighten it enough to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. You don't want to over tighten it. I guess I'll do this one as well. Okay, so now that the bracket's in place, or sorry, the connectors for the negative and positive, we'll see if we'll start up. Look at that, just like a charm. And basically all of my settings. If I turn my radio on, see, I lost all my, well, I kept some of them. Anyways, I lost all my settings. Yeah, it's all changed. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Basically just reverse what you just did. Got a new battery. Make sure you tighten your brackets here so that the battery doesn't move around. Ouch. And watch your fingers. You're going to get scruffed up. So as you can see, make sure you have band-aids readily available. And I like to thank my son for that, for always getting in injuries, and I have to buy band-aids for him. So yeah, that will happen. So basically just try moving your battery around, and if it doesn't move at all, then you know that your brackets are on in good, really tight. Make sure that you check the connectors here for your negative and positive. Just make sure that it's on tight enough. Like again, like you don't want to over tighten it, but at the same time you don't want it to be too loose that it actually pops off as you're driving. All right, so the next thing you want to do is put it in the vent. Just look inside, see if there's any like crud, which I'm seeing a lot of crud in there. See if you can clean it up, but it's not too bad. It's just mostly like oil and stuff. So again, guide it through this first, and then there's like a little connector here, right here, that goes into this circle part, and then you screw in this bolt and then this bolt over here, and that's it. That is how you change a battery on a Nissan Murano 2010. Use a screwdriver. The downfall is this little plastic is kind of in the way. You could kind of pop it off, but whatever. I'm just going to kind of go on an angle and screw it in. This covers where the fuse is, basically, and then this covers I like having a cover from the elements, so hopefully that doesn't corrode like the last one. Most likely it was the battery that was ready to go. Here you go. And that's how you change a battery on a Nissan Murano 2010. Oh yeah, one last thing. As you saw, I screwed it in, but because these were on so tight, I'm gonna just use the wrench here just to tighten it even more to make sure that doesn't go anywhere.